Welcome, folks. Give it a moment as people are coming in. Come to your happy healer. We've got a great program for you. I promise you that. We are discussing none other than Kevin Paffrath, who is seeking to be the next state governor of the state of California. And we are going to deep dive Kevin and talk about his recent stint on Valuetainment. But before we get into that, I want to say hi to my lovers out there, and Joe and Diane and Debbie and Marley and all my wonderful folks who are part of our family. I am just one of you. It's so special what we have, and we're continuing to build upon that. So make sure, if you can, invite your friends to our special place of love where we put God and moral decency and human values and love for one another and care and effort and thinking things through, being moral and prudent and serious about everything we do when it comes to human value, don't you know? I am your happy healer lover, and welcome to this July 23rd, 2021 program of AmericanMantics. You are listening to it. Now on to MeetKevin, since that is precisely what this is about. I was writing to Kevin on his show recently, and because he fakes transparency, he shadow bans me. So, hey Kevin, since you're the only one who can see my posts, this is directed at an audience of one, you. You should have listened to me on Moderna. I made a prediction for you going back about 4 months ago. You failed to take it seriously and bagged on it. Too bad the market doesn't have to listen to you, because you claimed that you would get it later. And that you said the pandemic was ending. I said it wasn't. It wasn't going to end like that. And that you just said, no, that's not true, and you went with that. You have a way about you that dismisses the correct information so easily. You're that big of a fake, Kevin, and you act as though you have confidence in what you're putting forward, only to double down and take the other side of every position. We all see it, and how can you do that? Because you're a rotten person, and because you want to say you got it right so that you can incorporate it into your programs. That's what I've seen, Kevin, and I haven't forgotten about you. But you really aren't that important, as your campaign has fallen flat, and you're not putting enough effort to make the difference. You're acting like a losing failure. I have offered to help to start with, and then I realized much of this. And I offered again, and to see you become more compassionate and with the right insight so that you could really become something that, with the help I provide, you could have been the best. But you didn't value that either. Now you have insight that tells you politics is tough and that some of the worst people are in politics. And I knew that, Kevin. And I was telling you not to be naive, that you needed serious help, and that I was a key to your success. But you failed to use the people that you have. You showed me to be nowhere near as smart as I previously gave credit to you to being, actually. And I thought that you had a good eye for things. But money, it guides your view, and you're ignorant. And you can't go where the puck is, Kevin. Wayne Gretzky. You can't even guess at it. All you can do are two things. Get lucky and pretend you know and take all sides of every position so as to at least win as much as when you lose, which is about anyone is getting right anyway, which is half of the time. And your approach is just pretending. And that we see it, Kevin. And you're talking about brands that everybody's talking about. You're not smart enough to see Moderna saying it was overpriced at $147, and you're still missing out. And it's not coming back down either, Kevin. It's traded today to $350. It was undervalued then. It's undervalued now. and it's on its way to the 400 range. And so you are short-sighted, and you haven't even been able to keep up with the basic ideals. And you say you have an eye for things. You really don't, Kevin. Folks, it's July 23rd, 2021. I am your happy healer lover. This is Unchecked series, where we deep dive greed and the people who seek public office and important positions of power, who use those positions of power to enrich themselves in every possible way. Greed is going right up to what's illegal, and in some cases beyond. This Unchecked Greed series from AmericanMantics, Ep.5, featuring Kevin Pavrath, MeetKevin on YouTube, who is also running for governor of the great state of California. Let's begin now on MeetyMcGreedy himself, Kevin Pavrath. He doesn't like me too much. Here he is.
Landy. I really want to get to it. Apparently, Keith doesn't like my explanation on naked shorts. Well, Keith, I might just stop streaming.
So I need to acknowledge that just doing the same thing every day when the underlying environment that we're in has changed is stupid. I've got to focus on the real detailed research I think we're all looking for. So with that, I quit. I'm quitting. I'm done.
And that's it. We had effect on you, MeetyMcGreedy. You felt the good old happy healer, and you just said, I can't take too much more of that. That truth, it was just hitting you, wasn't it? And you know, I'm not one to like to give a hard time to anybody, but something about you, MeetyMcGreedy. You know, you got that special thing about you. It's just so that you're just doggone greedy. I can't believe how greedy one person really can be. You shock me, MeetyMcGreedy. You honestly shock me with your greed, and I say you make a great case for somebody to not be like. The greed that you use makes you weak. It makes it so that the truth can shine, opening up your world, descending upon in it, showing you to be who you are. Your greed, it makes it obvious what you're about and what you're working for. And I've told you this before, it's not just your weak spot. It makes you vulnerable in what you already know is a very greedy world. Think of all the people who want to cause you harm. And well, trust you, MeetyMcGreedy, while I know you have your heart out to take from people, I only want to help people, including you. No, you see, because that was not what you were about now, was it? Oh no. And that's where your weakness lies, MeetyMcGreedy. Pay attention to your happy healer lover. Doing so will help you get command of your life in ways you never